All right. So I talked to you a little bit about the form and we work on it. Now, normally people rush into, well, teach you the movement without understanding. Now I teach you guys what we try to get from the form. Okay, number one. Okay, in Wing Chun, you know there's a lot of reflex, too fast, move fast. If you don't learn the form, when you fast, and that will be different. That the fast from, you know, fast but stiff from boxer. It's not what Wing Chun wanted. Wing Chun want you to be fast, but you got a reflex, explosive, right? Explosive. Okay. But the other thing is, we don't want to be a lot of people teach you when they do fast, but the hand is like this. The hand is like this. So when actually you hit somebody, you get caught into this, you're gonna break your finger. So because of that, in the form, when they teach you, right? They teach you the movement of the chop. Everything needs to be very precise. Yeah, very precise the way we hit, very precise the way we punch, and then you go in fast. Okay, so if you rush it up, and then I see people online just rush it up and pretend they go like this, but their hand wasn't not very controlling. When you hit it for real, you're gonna crush your own finger. So this is not the correct way. Yeah. So in the form we teach you all those stuff. Yeah. So we do a little bit introducing first. Number one is the stand. You see the stand of Wing Chun. When we doing the stand, okay, we set up, okay, a little bit knee bend like this. Okay, knee bend like this. So I can, see here, you can see that. You slightly bend your knee so your body like this, right? You tuck your hip forward to the front. Good. Right, it's good. Slightly bend back. Okay, that's good. And your hand in the relaxed position. So imagine somebody push you. We don't want to be too much lean, so when the guy pushed you, you'll fall, right? We don't want that. Okay? You want something that when I a little bit lean back in the fight, the person push me, I can do this to him, right? Look, he push here, we turn this. He push here, we can punch him. So that's the thing. All right, so a lot of people do it. Two things they make mistake. They stay too straight. Too straight. They push here too straight. You're gonna be falling. Yeah. Number two, they lean, but they lean too much. That two thing is extreme. You lean too much. How can you fight? So with us is, it's like you jumping on the skate. You stand on the skate. You just want to get balance. When you get the balance well, we're ready to. Okay, now I'm ready to move. So the guy pushed me from here. If I'm just slightly bent, they push it, we can fall, but we're not going to be flying, right? So you start just a little bit of lean back, okay? So the guy pushed me, I can maintain that, right? So not like straight like this, okay? So you just want it, number one. The correct Wing Chun person is, if the person do this to you, you just go back and then you get back the balance, number one, yes? Number two, it's another thing is when we stand like this in the form, you also assume when I'm fighting, I'm like this. And somebody grabbed the guy's hand and pulled my hand. So that's why when he pulled it, I'm slightly lean back. So when he pulled it, I can have some resistance.
Have balance.
Good. But people go like this, they fight like this. And the guy will pull you right away, then you fall. So that's the thing when people learn Wing Chun. They don't know, they just see the form, they can copy the move. But again, those guys don't know how to use the Wing Chun, right? The Wing Chun is even they said the form not move, but you want to make sure that somebody task might go and pull your arm right now. I'm sure be able to, I'm sure able to can a little bit resistant. I'm not going to fall forward. Yeah, they do this to us. We lose, but we have a balance, right? So you start to stand up the form. That's how you do it. You want to open the stand, but keep it slightly bent like that. Find your balance. He pushed your shoulder. He pushed here. I hit here. He pushed here. We hit here. So our body work like that. Yeah. There you go. There you go. So that's how before you actually learn the form, you have to know what is it the balance, right? Number two. Now the knee. The knee. So you're gonna now look at the knee. All right, so I show you the knee. For us, everything that count because you're working on the real one. Okay, we're gonna use later. Now I'll show you the knee. So people have the knee like that. Just look at my knee, right? Okay, so people do this. I saw they stand whatever they do. They don't care about this. They just stand whatever. Now, with us is important when you do the knee. Okay, you have a little bit of the 45, and then you turn like this. Your knee is slightly inward. All right, good. What happened is when you stand like that and you sink in. All right, so later on, when you actually fighting, your habit is always keep your knee together. If somebody pull my hand, my knee it fall like this, right? Yeah, this is the first thing you step. I fall forward to him so I can punch him. If your knee step out like this, like an MMA guy, they pull it, you're gonna be stuck. Right, there you go. So the first thing you do is in the form you want to be have the knees inward the whole time. And imagine somebody pull me, can I quickly slide my knees in and attack the guy? So that is another thing down there before you actually knowing the hand part. So the knee is have to do that, right? There you go. So yeah, that I show you that part to make sure that people actually do that without. Okay, so my knee is like that, and when I'm standing, you notice, look at the step. I will be stepping like that. That's how it just naturally you're gonna fall that way, right? So if your knee's in, you fall forward very fast. If your knee out, you're gonna be big trouble. The guy in the fight. So if I stand in front of the guy, all right, I'm always stay with my knee to stand like this when I go with him in the fight. Another thing, I don't stand like this in the fight. Well, people normally think, oh, Wing Chun form like this, I'll fight like this. No, this is the only mistake people think because they're watching IP Man movie, those guys movie. Nobody fight like this. Nobody fight like this. The first thing you do this is you get the kick right to the, you know? No, we learn this to make sure that you actually know it. But when we're fighting, you pick the right or you pick left in front or right in front. Easy to move back. My knees inward, help me to block, right? Your knees inward, so now we can block, and if the guy kick, I can block. Yes? So you why your knees inward? Knee inward. If he actually kick me, I will block, use my knee. I'm not gonna block like this. Because in karate, people like to be use your hand to block the kick. So, right? In Wing Chun, don't want to do this. Number one, your face is open. I do this, my face is open. So with Wing Chun, we have the stand, knees in. When you go to a fight, you talk to somebody, you always have one up front, one back, and your hand right here. Talk to them. Yeah? And if he kick you, first thing Wing Chun do is bring your knee. Close in the kick. All right? My hand is for the hand. My hand for the hand attack. My hand for the hand attack. Yeah? So that's why you know and why Wing Chun knee like this. Yes? Some people will make you to just step the front. They don't care. They stay really big. When you stay very big, they will kick right here and we're big trouble, right? So the way we do, why we have that beginning, why you get a little measure, a V, and then you turn, because that will be your shoulder width. The way we do that to know your shoulder, yeah? That's important. And because of the shoulder width like this, when you turn to the fight, you're facing somebody, look, try to step forward. They're very easy to step, right? Step forward, very easy, yes. If you don't know and you will stand like very accidentally, some of the sifu there teach you to stay very, very comfortable like that. Turn that way and see if you can step. See if you can step like that. It's too big. You cannot step. So that's important. So why in the traditional Chinese, we actually do that little measure down here? Because the measuring and do that in a long time, they teach you already know, okay, and you know what? At this here, look, I can kick, I can stop the guy, and I can change him. It makes you very, very mobile, right? You can go forward, you can again the kick. Meanwhile, you go like that, make you turn around, look very solid. But again, if the guy kick me, for me to kick him is almost impossible. Yeah, I cannot kick. If he actually run, I need to chase him. I cannot chase with this big stand. It's not good. Or a small stand. If you are smaller, you can be fast, but if he actually come in, try to take your balance off by push you, you're also not good, right? So with us, the form is important because it teaches you a body, the structure. So then when we fight it, you always have your knees in, that learning the form, and you have your distance. So I can block, I can kick, I can chase, he kick, I move back. So while you are fighting, the stepping of the distance, forward, backward, we are fast and we are kind of very, very mobile when you step because our form done correctly. Yeah. Without the form, I teach a lot of those guys used to be in the in an army, military, right? Those guys doesn't do form. So when they fight, they have a good hand, but if you don't learn this, you're slow. Okay. They don't care a lot because those guys military don't kick a lot. They don't kick. They wear heavy stuff. They wear heavy stuff, gun everywhere. So they just use your hand fighting, right? The real Wing Chun is not. Hands good. Your leg is also good. You're also fast too, right? And that's why with us, we start with the form. Okay. The form will help you to learn the stuff. So you notice that why in the form you see the beginning have hand up here, beginning, for example, from here. Hand start from here, and then first thing they teach you is look down, measure V. V on the floor and turn your heel. All right, V and turn your heel. So after you set my, I just do. You don't have to do that. You can see my fit one time. So go run.
I do it. So maybe you can tell me if I'm doing it right.
All right, look. So I started here. I put hand up. I turn on the V, and then V say I actually turn my heel. Just stay like that and sing. That's it. Don't move. Don't make it comfortable like this. It stay there. And that stay like that for the whole time. Okay? Good. I know we feel a little bit uncomfortable for the first maybe 2 weeks. All right. And then after that, it becomes your habit. Anytime you stand, your knee will be like that. Yeah? Number one. Upper part of your body. Upper part of your body. So that's good. And then when you go to the upper of your body, and now you can see now, so that after I open the stand, I do this in front of the seat, hand from here, I open like this, I open your heel like that. Stay like that. Drop your weight down. Drop your body weight down. Good, good. So the whole time my body kind of sink. The lower your gravity, the stronger you are, right? If you stay like this, the guy go, okay, but if we drop it low down, just to be heavy like this, it kind of heavy, but they can turn. That's what we want, right? So that's the lower base. Now your hand, the Wing Chun start hand by put your hand right here. Okay? Yeah. Okay. The difference, but the guy doesn't care. Some people put it here, like in karate. But the reason why Wing Chun hand is here, it's just because of where I'm talking to somebody, my hand in front of me, like this. Yeah. The guy will attack. I go from here to his face. The guy low punch, I will talk. I go, hey, one block, one hit him, right? Our hand never start from here. If you start about to a person and your hand like this, and then when you punch him like karate, you do like this. You're very slow. It's strong, but it's slow. Look, I'm telegraphing my move, right?
Yeah,
so
no, and you're just
never do that. Wing Chun never do that because look, you telegraph your hand. If he's in front of you, if he's right in front of you, and he's about to hit you and you do this, you might be get hit already. So the Wing Chun guy, never put your hand down. Your hand is here. I talk to the guy by, hey, what's the situation? We pretend to have the hand somewhere here. And the thing happens, I go, like really quick to respond to it. And that's why our form, the hands start here, right? It makes sense now? Hands start here, yeah, we don't start here. You start from where you are. And also because your hand here, is when I'm talking, my hand around that area, right? Number one. Number two, and because of my hand here, is when we hit it, you notice that my elbow is loaded. I load my elbow into my technique. And that's why my hand is here. When it coming out, whoop, the punch come from the elbow. Yes? In karate, it's different because that punch actually from here, wide it up and use shoulder to punch. Wing Chun don't use that shoulder. So the hand here, from the hip, you just go forward, push, like that. And that's all we're fast. So you see, when the form, they already teach you like that. Hand up, about here. It's about your chest level. The way when you measure on the wooden dummy. Let's see my video there. And hand start from here. And then you open your stand down there. Your feet open down. V. Open your heel. Drop. So that where you first, okay, you first knowing where you start the form. All right. And then the first move when you do, take your hand over and, okay, here. All right, some of the system will teach people cross your hand, bring it up, and here, the way they explain it when you learn Wing Chun, they try to be drawing your boxes in front of you, right? Your hand, thinking of the hand like a goalie. You draw, here's my hand, so when I block, I don't go all the way too high. I just go in the little bit box, square box right here, yeah? So they handle this, you handle this, to actually knowing where's my hand. So I block the guy, I don't swing my hand out of the way and hit him like in karate, we go all the way like this. Because when your hand far away from the body, if that come back here, then we are too slow to go back, right? So that's why Wing Chun say, first thing to learn Wing Chun is knowing your hand move in that box. So high will be here, low will be there. We don't go all the way out. We don't block all the way out. The guy punch here, I don't overpass. And that's why you see the first move, have it down and draw that. Okay, so they draw your border of both hands. From here, up to here, and down to here. That's it. So the first move have this, lap over, and then up. Just right here, and then bring your hand back. Okay, what does that first move teach you like that? They teach you how to know when my hand should go within the box, never outside of the box. Yeah? All right. Reason number one. Now, number two, so beginning when you do the form, you see most people just put your lap over like this, and then they just bring your hand up like this. It's just simple, right? Here, come up, straight back. All right, good to get that move. So if you're a beginner, you understand it's just knowing, hey, this is my hand. Here is my block. Here is a border. I don't go whacking out like this. I don't go outside. I'm stopped there. I come back. I stop there if I need to block high. That's it. I don't go high. So first level, you know that. Those guys with me for a long time, they will go to a little bit more advanced. Now, from the same move in our system, then you notice the move now become like that. They draw inside. Yes? So they don't do up and down, but they do this. They do circle inside. And then they push forward. Aha. So this is have a different meaning. Okay? One, you go outside, out like this. Then you rotate your elbow. And then you use an elbow and your hip, you push toward to the guy's neck. Go forward like this. Okay. And then you straight back. Aha. You get down, you turn, push forward to the guy's neck with your whole hip and elbow. And then you pull straight back. That's it. Yeah. Okay, watch when you do that. It's not a turn. It's not a turn. No, it's down here. And when you're down here to that position, you connect your hip with your elbow and you just push forward. Push forward. The force is push forward to the guy. That's it. It doesn't go, people do circle and not circle. They are here. Slowly and push forward. Okay, good. So go back. Left, turning, push forward. Good. And then from here, relax your wrist, elbow straight back. Good. All right. Okay. Now in our system, when you guys learn with me, you're not just doing the form. Doing the form, it's okay, but you do the form, you have to know why is that. What move? Yeah. That's how important, right? And let's say you got you go to a Home Depot, you buy all the tools, the drill, the whole thing. People, they give you the whole set. Good deal, half price. People buy that because they're cheap. What happened is nobody teach you, so in the whole set, you only know how to use the drill. The rest is garbage. You didn't use it. So it doesn't matter, you get a good deal, but half of them is garbage, right? We don't want that. That's how people learn Wing Chun wrong. Whole thing, copy, whole thing, go on the internet, get the free one. It just said you get the whole package. Because it's cheap, we'll buy it. It's not like that in Wing Chun. Wing Chun, you have to learn slow. Each of the tools in the box, you must know. We use it, right? So that's why. Number one, when you got the move down here, in our system, it not only teach you how to know in the border, good. I know that like anybody else, but we know another thing. When your hand push down like this, right? Okay, take that, do one hand, you explain, you can understand really easy. let's say the first thing with the guy from here and he punch it. Okay, I will push my elbow down. I will push my elbow down and then block like this. Especially this to go for the knee, right? Because in the knee, when people knee, you actually, okay, I mean, if you learn any other martial art, you always try to be, don't know, I should use my hand. The Wing Chun guy, hey, this is the strongest in Wing Chun. Agree? Yep. That's the strongest. You don't have to be big person. If his knee, I put this. I put this to hit him inside his thigh, like that, like this. Okay? Or this guy do like this. All you do just at least you put your elbow, so you don't hurt a lot, right? So people put your forearm in karate or hand. This two is no good because no way hand stronger than your knee or kick. We don't want that. But if you put something close to your elbow, it's better. It's better. It will not hurt, right? So the first one when you learn this is the first move when you do that move in the form, it meaning soft. This is meaning hard. Elbow and hip connection. So you do the first move, that. Okay? It's like I'm blocked. It's like I'm blocked. It's like I'm blocked. But in the form, they make you do two hands at the same time and make a lot of people kind of understand, thinking of it's like a karate double block. It's not. It's not. Wing Chun never do this. Wing Chun just practicing either this or this. One of the hands has to be protect your face, right? But because when they teach the form, they don't explain it. So then you do this and I remember I do this in karate. It's like this, right? It's different. Karate do this because they actually use a forearm to block strength. The Wing Chun, no. The Wing Chun just shut down the elbow like that move and one hand protect your face. Because in the close range, when I block this, he's gonna punch your face, right? He's gonna punch, so this hand is here. All right. So you have to learn it. A lot of people misunderstand it. And then when the guy kick, you actually do exactly karate. It's no good. No, we don't want to do that way. You want to do this just for the power, for my connection. But we never block both hands like that. Okay. So this is the different one. So when you do down, you notice that. Okay. Good. When I go in and I do a little bit of hit in your hand, I shouldn't feel your wrist is tense. I should feel your elbow is actually good. The wrist is loose. So this is the first move. Good. Meaning like that. The second move. Second move. Look at that. I do slow. You see our system roll inside. Yes. Good. Roll inside. No. So here, look. I rolled it in and switch the hand. Yes. I switch the hand. So I rolled it, my left, when I rolled it inside, now my left will be here and then pushed. So that's a different from here. So because of that is people don't teach, the church make you do just like this, simple. Now with us is this, you rotate it inside. Rotate it and then now you push. Okay, then you straight back. All right, rotate it. No, not rotate from here and push. No, rotate it and get your hand close to your hip like this, close to your hip. Yeah, and connect to your hip, and then use your hip push out with your hip power. Yes. Why is like that? Why is like that? Because if I rotate here, I go right here. No, rotate it and let your elbow go to your hip, and from your hip you actually push. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me give you explanation, application that you know right away why we do that. Let's say the hand here. Somebody wrap my hand like this, right? And he hold it strong. If I go like this, I fight with him. So the Wing Chun teach you when the person pull your hand, you don't fight with him, but you rotate it. You soft your hand. You soft your hand, right? And then after soft your hand, you use your elbow on here and you push him like that way. Look at my hand. He put like this. I'm soft. I drop my elbow down. I connect to my hip and I push him back. This way, I use my hip. You understand? Yes? We don't use
the elbow never moves from here, so it's always here.
Good, yes. So from here, we dropped it. He dropped it here. We don't fight with him. We circle soft. And when you circle it, your elbow connect to your hip, then you use that elbow, your hip to push him. right? I don't use your arm because if he's stronger, your arm doesn't work. We have to use the whole hip and elbow. Okay, so that's the key. That is what our system is come from Yip Man and Ho come in. He's a student, he's a private student under Yip Man. So the system is really powerful, right? It's not what you see people just doing very just like that. It's a lot more meaning. So the guy wrap you, you turn back and you connect to your hip, and then you actually put forward. Good. So now, when that move in the form where you practice many times, okay, let's say back to the fight. My hand here, and somebody wrap my hand and put me back right here. I will circle the move in the form. I just circle like this. And I use this hand now, push them, and I punch them. So now, if I practice a single move, my hand up front, he push here, I'm circle it, and I take this hand to press on his wrist, and I break it. Look, this is go like that in the move. Yeah, good. But when you actually use it, you use a second hand at the help. Second hand in here. When I turn this, I use second hand, push him, and then there you go. Yes, yes. And that's why you will learn the first technique called pack that. Somebody hit it, we hit them. So the form you do correctly from here, you have the power. Yes, there you go. So first one, you see this, you see the circle. And now you see the elbow push. Is that right? Elbow push. From that push, you lose and you have this. All right. So people thinking of, okay, well, immediately look like I'm elbow somebody in the back. Yes. Number one. That's good. That's also good explaining. The guy choked me. Normally in karate, we're going to use this. We're going to use a lot of muscle right here. The Wing Chun people say, don't use the muscle, because when you use the muscle and he tight, there's no power. But if you soft and you do like this, quickly hand the elbow, you shoot your elbow back. It is more effective like you tense up and you do this, because karate, okay, karate when the guy here, he's not close to you, you can do this, very, very powerful, okay? But with the Wing Chun, okay, in karate, if the guy right here, this is very, very powerful in the karate elbow. No problem, no question. But the Wing Chun, not that. The Wing Chun is the guy, he choked me. He really close. So if I do this, too tight, I don't have power, right? And that's why the Wing Chun person don't do elbow like karate. He too close. So if he behind choke you, then the hand cannot swing like karate. You only have a small room to do this. So it's like close from here, very close from here. I just like that. So you know there's that. So it's here. He tapped my neck. He gets to the neck choke. I right away, just a small one, and I do this one right here. Soft. When you hit this around his body, it's not only we aim for the solar flux. That's the most effective, yeah. But whatever. It's just when it hit his body, you notice my hand loose here. When the hand loose, boom. That's a slap to the groin. Those two move in Wing Chun. They do this, they lose this, so they can slap the groin, or they can grab in the groin. You know? That's how the Kung Fu man do. Self-defense, it doesn't matter. It's not in the ring fighting. Any technique, as long as they work, we use them, right? That's why this means groin slap. So this one, they keep it loose because after the elbow, they can have a groin slap. They can have catching the groin, you know, all this kind of thing. Or they lose it, so you can do an arm, flick the arm like this, right? Those are moves, so they can hit the groin. In karate, the elbow look like the real elbow. They really look like this. Wing Chun don't do this way because number one, the guy too close, you stuck, right? If he far, different, but he close, that one kind of not effective. So that's why they do it loose. Groin strike, groin slap, yeah? That's why you see this motion, loose. If people do the form and make it like this, stiff, then you know that that's it. He not understand it. He actually do it look like a karate tense. No. So this one, when you do the move, you lose your hand and you do like that. Like that. Okay? Good. Really. Just only the tip of the elbow hidden and the rest is relaxed. So I can add in those moves if I want to. Yes? All right. And when you actually got more, there's with more application in the real Wing Chun, not just that self-defense technique. We'll talk about in the fight. And the guy wrap your hand. The guy wrap your hand, right? Pretty simple. He wrap your front hand. Now, normally by normal instant, somebody wrap my hand, pull. I'm always fight back like this. I'm always fight back. Not working because if he bigger than you, he wrap your heart and you pull back. Especially the woman. If woman being pulled and they pull back, never work. If they're not big, they're not strong. So Wing Chun teach you. Here's the trick. When the guy wrap your hand, don't pull back from the shoulder. You're relaxing. And you use your elbow, use an elbow. So when you use an elbow and you step back like this, you're actually stronger, right? So that's another application. In the fight, the guy wrap my hand, I will stop and I pull him in. I pull him back so he fall forward and I punch him with the other hand, right? So the reason why you pull back and you lose this, I can punch him with the back hand. There you go. So in the form, you have the two soft and pull. They meaning like that, yeah? The meaning hit the guy in the back and hit him, okay? Or the meaning the guy wrap you, you don't fight. Don't do shoulder pull. You just soft, pull him back, and you punch him the other hand at the same time. How's that? Make sense? Yep. There's a lot of information on this, and it's all about the fight. So if you said, Silver, I just learned to be fighting without Wing Chun, very hard. You can learn it, but you don't have those ready, right? I will teach you punching, I will teach you blocking. I never teach you whatever the guy wrap you, you elbow him like this. Because this one, you actually learn from the form. Make sense? In the form like that. So slowly learn the form, meaning we know all of those stuff. Yeah, agree? That's why they're important. So when you open the stand, back again, slowly. One more time, up, open your stand down, like this. Good. And then the first thing is you go down, form your elbow, no shoulder, elbow cross. Good. And then you rotate it, and then you keep it close to your hip, and you push forward, and then you relax in, and you pull your elbow straight back. That's the first few moves. Is that good? All right. And from here, you move your hand, your left first. Always start with the left, because Wing Chun focus, your left is your weak side. So we have to work on your left at first. Slide your punch to the middle like this, okay? So this is how people don't understand it. A lot of them teach you by bring your hand to the middle and come out. It's very unnatural. It's not like that. The way we do is, your hand is right in here, right? Thinking of this. You push to the center. You use an elbow, you move your hand, slide it to the middle. Good, yes. And then from the middle, you use your elbow straight to the punch. Got it. Good. So they go like that. From the side of your hip, you slide it to the middle of your body. Your wrist relaxing. Use your elbow. Push. Good. And then after that, when you hit it, you have to release the energy. It's not going to in karate when you punch it, you lock. In Wing Chun, after you hit it, you just relax. Done. Okay, you snap it out like this. You snap it out. That's how they teach you to punch. Good. So it formed my hip and my elbow. My hand like a little. It's like a slingshot. It snap. It snap. Yeah. Make sure when you do it in the air, your elbow snap all the way. Your elbow don't go bend. Your elbow go poof, all the way. Good. Move to here. Punch. There you go. All right. So in the form, you go all the way. Elbow loose like this. Snap. Elbow loose. Snap. Okay. Good. You close your fist tight at the end. Tight at the end. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. So this is like this. There are two different ones. When you actually punch to a person, then you punch with your hand bend. Okay. When you actually use it, your arm will be bending because I hit him. The recoil go back here. Okay.
Yep.
The recoil will come back here and then it's support by your hip. When you hit somebody or when you hit to the back against the wall back, anything with the target, I punch in, my hands always bend. But when you do in the air, that's the difference. In the air, you don't hit anything. So if you actually hold it bent, you still hold back the energy, right? We still hold back. So what happened is they need to be released and let it go. Let it all the way. Let it all the way. All the way. So what happened is you develop a snapping power. When you shoot it, like you shoot the bullet, go all the way, all the way. If you can see, you see when I'm making the sound? You have to punch like that. If you do like this,
no, so
mean you stiff, it's not going to develop that. So next section, I will teach you another tool, the Wing Chun. We are punching, you know, the candlelight. I show you is in the morning, I don't, but in here, you see those, go get those at IKEA, the cup and have candlelight. You put the light up and you set the light right here, close to your wood dummy. It's about low like here. All right, relax. Put the light up and then you're aiming and then you punch and relax. Whoop! Like that. Try to put out the light without touching it, right? Because that is where Wing Chun punching. It has to be like that. Okay? If we learn in a karate punching, that's a different one. You step, it won't work. So what idea is, if they teach you when you punch to the human body, whoo, the guy should feel like a bullet go through the body, right? If you punch and you hold it, it's like a karate punch. The Wing Chun punch is like you're going to be quick and explosive. So when they get right to the body, they get to be snapped like that. Good. That's good. So go back to the form. That's the reason why anytime I teach form, it relates to the way we're fighting. That's how you learn the form correctly. I mean the whole form, back to my time, the first form, you guys don't learn form at all. The first 6 months, just learn how to punch, how to step, how to punch, how to bring the legs up, blocking, no form. 6 months later, you learn form, right? Okay, now the form is, people tell you, okay, I show you the form. It makes people just think they'll learn the form, they'll be good. No, learn the form is, you have to get a sifu teach you the form, right? Get a lot of secret in there. So now that's why when I teach the form, I give you a lot of explaining. So when you do the form correctly, that's how they benefit. So when you notice when I bring my hand into the middle of my chest, like this, my left, I keep it here, good. So important that when you bring your hand to your chest, you don't do that. The people normally see, they go by sideways like this. They go by sideways. It's not sideways. They are here. So if somebody wrap my hand here, I still can push them back. I can push them back. That's the correct way. If people put your hand like this and then punch, that's not right. When you put here, how do you go from here? The guy places the hand here, you cannot punch, right? The way we do from here, you just slide to the middle and your punch still facing the guy and straight to the head. Good. And when you slide in straight to the head with your elbow snap, now you open your hand. After you hit, you open your hand. Yeah, release it and then you do a circle. Good. So look at the circle. Soft, turn, make it the fist, turn your hand back, and same thing. Relax, pull back, like quick pull back. That's another thing people normally make mistake. They circle and they pull back very soft. No. Anytime in our system, anytime you circle, you pull back, you're thinking of the first one I show you. Quick, hit the elbow way to behind. That's like that. So they develop it instant, right? People normally do focus the whole time, when they pull back, the whole body is soft. You're missing that move. The move is no, that's soft and quick pull back. Got that? Yes. Same thing on the other side. Bring your fist on your right to the center. Keep it relaxed and tight at the end. So boom, snap. Then you open your hand. Soft circle. Again, quick pull. How's that? How's that?
Yeah, you can feel the structure.
It's a lot of that. I mean, it's a funny one when people show you everything online, within a few minutes, the whole thing. It used to be a secret, okay? Not showing the form unless you know how to punch, unless how you know this, unless you practice the pull back for a couple of months. Then when you get to the form just help you all those move together so you won't forget, right? Nowadays, people sell a DVD. They give you a free DVD, this or that. People buy that and jump right into that move. Is make it like now in a like a karate form. When you do the form many times, you get some power. Wing Chun, you do the form many times, you not get anything. You maybe get some power, but that's not what Wing Chun is, right? Wing Chun is actually learn the move in the form to fight. So go back, then you can see that part, right? So again, so up to this part, what do we learn? We learn number one, you learn the way to punch. So the first move here, it teaches you how to punch. So go back. Now we talk about the punching. When you punch somebody, your hand is always about here. Yeah, that's how we learn the form. Because if you don't learn the form, you're gonna take it up. My hand punch from here. I go do that in karate again. Doing form many times, you know the hand always starts somewhere there. And what you punch, look, the first move in the form is from here, using your hip, your elbow, and push forward, push forward, push forward, push forward. Good. So in the form we learn that your hand go in here, keep it relaxed, and shoot all the way as you learn the form correctly. So you want to be relaxing, and then when you hit there, you snap the punch. There you go. So can I see you doing that? Can I see you do that? No, careful, careful. Look, my hand loose, my hand loose. Look, when it's there, I close in and I push forward. Okay, I don't punch here and I catch. No, I go in and I'm about this away from his face. I tie it up and push further. Yeah, perfect, perfect. Yes, yes, yes. Good. Look, look, my hand move, and I'm about away from his chest or his face. I'm tied it and I push forward. I'm not doing that and no. Look at the here. Yeah, you see that here, and then you're about to close to him. You close it as you push forward. Good. There you go. Yes, and that's why in the form, go back to the form. That's exactly how we do. Yeah, that's exactly how we do. So the form teach you when you learn this, you relax. You don't tighten your fist. You don't make the fist tight. You relax it. And about this far away, it's normally about 3-5 inches away from his body. You tighten it as you go forward. So what he got like this, he got like that, right? He got a little tight, boom. He got a little tight. That's exactly how our punch goes, right? So there you go. So the form correct, you will see that right away. Two things. Your hand is always connected to your hip like this. Connect to your hip, right? If you punch go from down here or punch from here or punch the hand just go like this, that is already not Wing Chun. Wing Chun never use a shoulder because if you are small, you don't have the power. Wing Chun punch because use the whole hip. If I do slow, I don't know if you notice my hip push my hand. So when you pivot it, you have your like this. It's like the whole train. Push your hip, push your elbow like a pistol, and then punch it. That's how we have a power. Yeah, there you go. So it's a lot of those. So now it leads to the way we learn to punch it. Good. So just the form part you can see today. We can have introduce your punching. Now go back to the punch. I want you to do a practice like this. After you get it good, look at my one hand. I go from here, go forward. Yeah, snap all the way. And look at this. As we all move there, we tie it up and we push forward. Got it. Yeah. Here. Go slow, tight, and forward. Tie and push. Tie, push. Tie and push. And when you get there, it was in a vertical. It's what a vertical means. It push by your elbow. It doesn't go from the shoulder. Elbow, elbow, hip and elbow, hip and elbow. Good. Don't try to push shoulder. Don't use the shoulder. Hip and elbow. So punch a bit lower. Good. That's it. That's it. Yes. There's another thing that people normally didn't get it because when they punch it, the way like I'm thinking I'm short, I punch the guy tall, so then they started missing the purpose of the punch. The purpose of the punch is you are knowing which one you have the most power. So you don't go to assume you punch somebody in the face yet. You're thinking of the guy my height and you actually aim into his face. Because if you actually aim like that, you actually using your hip and your elbow, right? Good. when we are good, and when you're actually fighting, the guy tall, I can go boom. The guy slow, I can punch him like this. If he go down and he grab my leg, I can punch slow. But because we normally get used to with the connection, anytime you punch hip and elbow, so even the guy high, I still can do that. I still can do hip and elbow. Yes. So with our system, it's important to actually know from the beginning. It just seems like when you first learn, let's say a person first learning how to shoot, he will be lying down, sit, and the target not move. So he aiming and he shoot, right? After professional, then he will learn, hey, I move, I shoot. I will be now the target move, I can run and I shoot. But that is after, he's good. Beginner, the target and him both not moving. This way he can actually learn correctly. Let's say with Wing Chun. Beginning, you got to be consistent. Consistent. Anytime you punch, you have to know I punch a person my height in the face, so I can feel my hip and my elbow, my hip and my elbow, just like that, just like that. And then slowly start go a little bit quicker, a little bit start faster, and pivot your foot. So I will show you next one on how to actually put your turn into it. But right now, aim the person as your height and just like that, just like that. The idea is try to listen to the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I cannot hear my bones crack.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. If you tense that no. If you tense and the thing, it means that still like using your muscle. So you gotta be relaxing. There you go. Yes. Good. Yeah. There you go. Good. So when you get that part, okay, a few things that the first thing I want you to do, number one, is in the form, you can see how we go in the form. The two way. If people say, so I want to learn the form pretty quickly, come on, you don't have to pay like this. I just give you the clip, you can memorize the form, right? That's not important. The form is all my guy from far away. I teach them understanding, and then I give you the clip. So you go through the clip because the clip is important, right? Yeah. No rush in the movement of the form. The form, no, but you get the move. Now they teach you that move. They teach you, okay, my hand here, if somebody grab it, right away, I understand it. I rotate it before I push it, right? So the form, I rotate it before I push it back. So this is right here. Look, I'm rotation and I push it back. Good? Yeah, so we'll practice a few meal time when you do that at home. Okay, grab my hand, I rotate it and I push him back. Number one. The guy grab my hand, I pull him in, relax, and elbow pull, punch him. This is when you do this move. Yes? When I teach in the woman self-defense, I will teach that. Go behind, do the elbow, do the elbow, do the elbow. And then she actually end up with like a karate elbow. I said, no, Wing Chun elbow like this. The Wing Chun elbow by relaxing and turn your body. This is come from the Ceylon type. So careful with that part. All the good information in the form. And most of the Sifu will teach you. They don't teach you form, they teach you how to do it. And just because of now, people taking shortcut, you know, they try to get the form, show up, sell the DVD for 30 bucks. But behind them, they don't actually teach you. So this kind of thing going around internet and the world right now, people actually get the form, buy the form, and then practice at home. And then they thought they know Wing Chun. That's impossible, right? That's the reason why you have to learn beginning. The foundation have to be correct, and you can go whatever you want. So the wooden dummy, when you go on the wooden dummy, remember when I tell you important to be measured, right? Why? Those guys doesn't care. Some guys say shoulder, some guys say this, some guys say my up to shoulder. It doesn't matter. The matter with us is if you have your arm into this. So go back to the way when we learned it. When we fight, did we just measure the form by open the step and sink? Yes? We just open your foot and then you drop to stand down. This is what we're gonna fight like that. Because if we don't drop that, we fight high like this, then you are not stable. People push you. But if you slightly in the form where you learn the form and you learn to measure it and then you learn to drop your weight down. Yes? And that's why I said when you go on the wooden dummy, you have to do the same. I practice on the wooden dummy by open my stand and drop my weight down. And I put your hand up to the wooden dummy. So when I drop down, the wooden dummy hand should be measured to my chest level, about here. Yeah. Why? Because if your arm, you want to be okay. If you want to turn it to your yeah. But I tell you, that's why you can start it. Okay, now you see the wooden dummy, right? Okay, good.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I can see a wooden dummy. So when you set up correctly, this one a bit tall for me, but when you set up correctly, when you sing, this is about here. So look, any move when the guy wrapped my shoulder, I just bring my hand up like this. Look, my hand up, bring it up like this. And he wrapped the shoulder. So if I just normally, very natural, raise the hand up like this, okay? Then you can right away, I can use my hip power. Ah, you want that? See, right now you do that up. I can see you are way, you're like that. You're like that. So because the hand too low. So now, there you go. So that important part is that we wanted to. So anytime when I'm practicing even simple one by the guy wrap my shoulders, yeah, I just place my hand like that. Look, I just place my hand like this to him. Look at this. This is the powerful, so I can break it away. Yes, good. So at beginning you do the hand way too low, like the hand here, you do like this. You don't see the hip power. Or I put too high, my hand like this. Again, they actually don't have the hip power, right? So in our system, when you set it and you set it and you have it down to this one a bit high. But if you bring your hand up and you put like this, like that, you place the hand right here, right? Look, I can place the hand right here and I'm easily to push it away because of my, there you go. We need that. In our system, we need that. Because you don't train like that, then you're gonna use it just an arm break, like karate, arm break. We don't want that, right? How about the guy do this? I do my first move, I do this, you know? Like, boom. If I just do this very softly to somebody's hand, his hand gonna fly that away because I do it with my, look, whole body, yes? That's why you need to do correct. If your hand too low, let's say your hand is set up low, you hit like this, no power, there's no power. So to set up in our system, when you set up correctly, they save you a lot of time for training because every day you just come out of wooden dummy. First exercise, have your hand low, like this, hand low, and then the guy wrap my shoulder, do this. Look. Yeah, what I got in this hand, look at this, look at this. Is that how our hand move from the beginning? It's like you're doing weight. You're doing weight. If you have a correct this, you get powerful with your hip, right? If you set up like this, they're very weak because they don't have hip. So with our system, the wooden dummy really helpful if you do correctly. So if you set it way too high, anytime you hit, it's just like that.
You lose the connection.
Imagine I doing the gym exercise like this. And
yeah.
Power, right? I have to keep engaged to my body. Is it right? And that's why when you're doing any of the weight machine, you have the thing you put your arm and then you can curve, right? But if I say, hey, do like that, can you lift like this? Very weak. So if this hand set too high, it's a ruin the purpose of, you develop power. If it's set too low, instead of that, the hand up too low, anytime when you're in the block and then you do it, it's just like a chop. It just say from the shoulder chop. And that also, it doesn't help you that part. And that's why when you need that. So what you need is just raise that up a little bit more. And then you start doing this. Pass out, slowly touch your hand. Yeah, touch your hand. Soft. Soft. Look, when you touch your hand on that, you want to make sure your hip is behind it. Don't smack with it. Soft. 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 I do this. The guy wrap my shoulder, I do soft. Like this. I turn my body away. Like this. I turn the body. Yeah? I turn it. So I push him and I turn my body. Good. Look, I turn my body like this. And I just chop right to the throat. Here, chop right to the throat. One move. Here, chop right to the throat. Yeah? There you go. There you go. So, so you learn slowly and you're learning, okay, now one hand stop him. He wrap my shoulder, one hand I stop him, one hand I punch him. Look, one hand I knock his hand away, I punch him. There. So if you do correct and you set at the right height, look at my hand. They go to the punch, exactly use my hip. I block and I punch him. So because I do this on the wooden dummy at the right height, Listen, I do like this. Look, listen, I do like this.
Yeah.
And you can see that it's not Wing Chun. They actually like no. So we set it right one. When I do this, I punch the guy. You notice that power punch still look like my hip in there. So if you practice on that, when I use for real, the guy wrap my shoulder, I boom, very powerful. Yeah? That's exactly the real.
Okay.